Hi everyone, welcome back to Home with My Glad. It's a family channel I share with my husband Mike, and today is a really special day. It is Saturday, so that in and of itself makes today special. I love Saturdays. I get to wake up late, if the baby lets me, and I just get to fill the day with activities that I truly enjoy, so I love Saturdays. And one of those activities that I truly enjoy is cooking. I love to cook any and all kinds of foods. So on Fridays, I have been doing a Friday Fry-yay episode. This is actually kind of similar to that in that you're gonna have a drink as well as a food. But on Saturdays, I am going to go for more healthy options. So this is my first, is it called a pilot episode? My first pilot episode of Slimdown Saturday. So today I'm gonna be making a fresh juice with various fruits and vegetables, as well as homemade sushi. So, little disclaimer, I just learned to make sushi. I'm by no means a sushi expert, but I just thought it would be something fun to make at home and save a little money because sushi can get really expensive when you go out to have it. So I'm gonna be making homemade sushi. It's gonna be a smoked salmon roll today. I hope it turns out really good. I've tasted some of the ingredients and they taste pretty good, so I think it'll be good. But that's what I'm gonna be doing for you guys. All right guys, so I'm about to show you the ingredients in the juice. It's really pretty simple. I have green apples, which is the base to any good juice, in my opinion. Carrots, celery, cucumber, and this might be a controversial item. A lot of people don't like these, but I personally love them. Beets. I'm not gonna use this whole beet. I'm gonna just cut off I'd say 1/4 of this beet, but for some reason I love beets in juice. It does darken the taste of them a little bit, but I love the taste of it. I feel like I'm really putting healthy things in my body, which is the whole point of drinking a fresh juice. So I really love my beets. Before I begin chopping these, I want to say that I'm dedicating my first Slimdown Saturday video to all new moms out there. I am still working on shedding the remaining pregnancy pounds that I have. So my heart goes out to all of you guys out there trying to do the same thing, and I fully support you. It's really hard. It's like a daily effort, something that takes daily effort and mindful eating, but eventually I think we will hopefully all get there. And yeah, that's who this is dedicated to. So I'm not going to chop everything on screen. I'm going to kind of hyperlapse it and do it quickly so that it doesn't take as long, because chopping vegetables kind of takes a lot of time. So let me do that right now. So a bit of real life for you, I actually did cut myself. That's what I get for sharpening my knife and then choosing to cut a bunch of fruit, trying to do it quickly. So lesson to you, take your time. There's no need to rush when you're using sharp objects. However, my knife cut very well, thanks to my little sharpener that I think my husband got it from IKEA a while back. So it's really good. The IKEA is probably like a $5 knife sharpener. Anyways, okay, I wanted to show you before I actually put everything in the juicer I have behind me, how I cut up the fruit and the vegetables, the sizes, and just what they look like. So to begin, in order to do a juice, you're gonna need basic things. You're gonna need a bowl to put your uncut fruit and vegetables, a trash bowl, and something to put your finished cut vegetables in. You could technically put the uncut fruit and vegetables and you could replenish the uncut with the cut in the same container if you don't want to do as many dishes. But I just find this to be easier. These are bigger dishes, they're not hard to wash. Also, I'm not cooking anything, so nothing's stuck on. I don't mind washing. I hear Gabby over there with her little footsteps. I don't mind washing them, so I just used to. But I feel like this is probably like a casserole dish or something. I don't know what this is actually called, but it works really well to hold all of my fruit and vegetables and to kind of keep them separated. So I was trying to show you little pieces as I went. so you can see the sizes that I used to put in the juicer. This is about the size that the celery should be. This is about the size of the cucumber. This is the size, basically these are baby carrots. I just cut them in half. Green apples, about that size. And then the beets, I have very few beets. You can see the purple in this mix of items here. I actually did not add that many beets. I am going to see if Mike likes this. So don't worry, I really washed my hands. Don't worry. So yeah, that's how many beets I have. So I'm gonna put all of this in the juicer, and you can join me to see how I put it in the juicer. We do have an Omega juicer. It's a cold pressed juicer. We got it a while back. I think it was from either, I think Macy's. I'm not sure, one of the larger department stores. And it wasn't an inexpensive item. I think it was like 3 or 4 something, but this is a great juicer. I could literally put disgusting items in here, like all savory items, like beets, kale, celery, and put just a tad of a green apple, and the juicer really squeezes the juice out of everything that you put in it to get the flavor out of it. So just a tad of the green apple would break through all of the savory items that I would put in like that more savory juice. But this juice, I feel like will be pretty balanced because it has a fair amount, this is a lot actually, of green apples, and the rest are veggies, but the green apple's really gonna come through. So I'm gonna bring you guys with me while I stick everything in the juicer so you can see how it works. A couple of tips. I had read several reviews when we first bought this juicer, and everything I read highly recommends putting one soft item and then one tougher item. So you're gonna wanna do something like a celery and then a cucumber, for example, because a cucumber is, consistently speaking, like softer than a celery. Vice versa, a carrot then a celery. Green apple's a little bit hard. And then intersperse, I try to, anyways. You can always mix it together at the end, but like, I think the juicer processes things better if you alternate the consistency of the items that you're putting in it. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is what you're gonna end up with when you use this juicer. You're gonna end up with a pile of, basically these are fruit fibers. A lot of people, like I've heard, like to use this in soups, etc. Like I never really use these, I just throw them away, but there are alternative uses for these because if you consider the amount of fiber that you're not getting as a result of not eating the entire fruits and vegetables, it's kind of a waste. A lot of people might view juicing as a little bit of a waste because of that. So there are alternative uses for these. I don't particularly take part in them or do them, but I want to tell you guys that you might want to research what they are if you're worried about that. So yeah, item 1 that you're gonna get out of this juicer. Item 2, the actual juice, the point of a juicer. This is what came out. I haven't done anything to it. This is what came out of the juicer. It's like a blended mix of juices. Of course, anything you add beet juice to is gonna be like kind of red. Even if you only add a little bit. I feel like I only added a little bit, but like, yeah, it's kind of red. So I'm gonna mix it together and pour it in a little glass and just show you like how I would serve it. Here's the finished product. I think it looks really yummy. I've already tasted it. It tastes good. All right, definitely you can taste a little of the beet because beet is like a powerful thing. It's gonna come through. But it's really well balanced out by everything else in the juice. Also, to indicate the ingredients in the juice, I have made a little skewer kind of thing with a toothpick. It has like the celery, apple, cucumber, and carrots. Yeah, but I just put it in there. I feel like it's good to show what's in a juice. I didn't put the beet because, well, you can't eat beets raw. Everything else you technically can. So that is how I'm gonna serve it. I'm gonna see if Mike likes it and also have a little bit myself while I'm making the sushi. So I'm really excited to make the sushi. Excited and nervous because it's a relatively new thing for me. So yeah. All right, so we are ready to make the sushi. I have my full setup here. Noisy feet. I had literally never made sushi before yesterday. So if this roll is not perfect, just please be a little bit forgiving with me. So, okay, first thing we have to do is wrap our little bamboo board in cling wrap. This is so that the rice doesn't stick, because we're actually going to be making an inside out roll today, meaning the rice is going to be on the outside. So first things first, let's cling wrap this sheet. You have to like do it all the way around. So like I have to try and get like a really big piece of it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before COVID, we actually usually went out to eat. We both had like demanding jobs that we had to work a lot of hours. So cooking is actually, I've always loved it. Like I got married super young, so like I've had to cook like various times, but like I am by no means an expert. Like a large part of our marriage, we've actually gone out to eat. So these are all new experiences for me, and I love it in the way that like I get to experience it with you guys and just have a record of everything. Like I'm really hoping to be able to see some sort of growth as this goes on. This little thing is fully wrapped in plastic wrap. I don't know if you can see it from the camera. That side definitely doesn't look pretty, but like one side is smooth, which is the side we're gonna go with to stick the nori on. All right, so nori is the seaweed paper that sushi's wrapped in. Look at it. That's what we're gonna use. The shiny side of this one is gonna go down. The non-shiny side, or the more grainy, like little sign with a lot of lines, is gonna go up. And that's how we're gonna put a rice on this right now. So I do have utensils to apply all of the ingredients into my sushi, because I did cut my finger earlier, so I think it's more sanitary. And also because I hate getting my hands dirty. Like I hate it. Like you're supposed to actually take this sushi rice and like spread it with your fingers, but I just have this thing like, ugh, I can't. Like, oh my gosh, no. Okay, so to avoid actually having to spread with my fingers, I'm using 2 wooden utensils here in my rice. They're both wooden. You're supposed to use wooden utensils because it's supposed to break the rice up a little bit less, which is what you want for sushi rice. You don't want it to be just too broken up. You want it to be able to, I didn't go into my actual sushi rice. I'm so sorry. Okay, to make sushi rice, it isn't just regular white rice. You have to actually, like you would regularly cook rice, just to make it easy. If you're a beginner sushi rice person, that's what I'm gonna say. For any sushi rice experts out there, I am not a sushi rice expert, so yeah, if you have tips, then feel free to comment down below. If not, keep listening. And then I added half a cup of rice vinegar. I bought this today. I actually made my own vinegar last night. I literally just took whatever white vinegar I had out of my pantry and added salt and sugar, which is supposed to be what rice vinegar is seasoned with. Let's check the back of this package. Yes, all right, ingredients. Rice vinegar, sugar, salt, diluted with water to 4.1% acidity. All right, so rice vinegar, sugar, salt, and water. That's what it is. And I made my own last night. This rice like works well. The point is you have to make your rice sticky enough so that when you wet your hands, which I have water here, and then roll it into a little ball, the ball sticks together. But then when you bite into that little ball, it's supposed to fall apart in your mouth. Like the greens should fall apart. They shouldn't be still stuck together in your mouth. So it has to be sticky enough, but hard enough. Like it's weird, I don't know. That's what vinegar does, some sort of chemical reaction. We're about to spread this rice onto my nori sheets. And I'm dipping both wooden spoons here into water so that the rice doesn't stick. I'm taking one of them and spreading the rice out. You want to get it into a thin layer, and I'm just spreading it out here so that it covers the majority of the nori, the little seaweed sheet. But I am leaving about 1 inch at the top so that I can seal the roll at the end so that it sticks together. Otherwise, I'm spreading the rice out as thin as I can. This is what the roll looks like when I spread rice on it, just so you know. Like that. like I was saying earlier, we're making an inside out roll. So the rice actually has to be on the outside. That means we have to flip over this little nori sheet and put all the fillings on the inside. About to do that. Did that. All right. All right, that's there. Now for my fillings. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna put is actually cream cheese, and I'm gonna do it kind of about 2 inches from where the bottom of my nori is, because that way I can grab all of the fillings and roll them a little bit easier than if I were to put them in the middle of the roll. I learned this last night when I made my first sushi rolls. So yeah, put the cream cheese first, and I'm also putting a more liquid consistency item down first because other things will stick to it. And you should do it in like a line because you have to roll it. All right, then for the most important piece, the smoked salmon. I love smoked salmon. Love me some smoked salmon. All right, this is from Publix, like wild Alaskan smoked salmon, seafood section. I'm following the line of cream cheese here, just so you know. I'm making a river of ingredients on my sushi. It's so beautiful. You can hear the river sounds. Not really. Okay. Next are the veggies. I'm putting cucumber, and carrots, which I cut up last night. I also made the rice last night. I guess you're supposed to make the rice ahead of time so that you don't have to do so many things today. You decide to make the sushi, but of course, it's up to you. All right, my veggies are on there. I have cucumber and carrots. I love even things, so I'm gonna put more cream cheese on top. What makes this roll interesting though, I like a little bit of sweet, spicy tanginess to balance everything out. So I got this Thai ketchup sweet red chili sauce. I'm about to pour that like on top of the strip of all of the ingredients that I just put down. It tastes really good. You can pour as little or as much as you'd like. Okay, so then the next step is to take the bamboo sheet and actually, I'm sorry. No, you do that at the end. All right, I'm taking this bamboo sheet and I have got to make a roll of sushi. So I have to take it and like hug the ingredients in the seaweed so that it's rolled. It's a tricky line. Like you want it to stick together. You want everything to stick together, but you can't squeeze it too tight that it comes out the sides or that you break the seaweed. With an inside out roll, it's a little bit easier because you do have the rice on the outside, so it's a little more forgiving. I feel like this roll is probably a lot better for beginners like me. But, so yeah, you roll it, and then I'm gonna roll it again. It's actually gonna let me roll it again because I have the sweet chili sauce. It's kind of spilling over there. So I just rolled it over twice. I'm gonna show you up close what it looks like when I'm done. But, so I've gotten to the end of the roll. You guys, this is the end of the roll. That end right there where you see the green, I have to put some water on that green stuff, on the nori. So I am gonna use, actually yeah, I'm gonna use my spreader that I use to put the cream cheese on so I don't have to use my fingers, so that my fingers don't get dirty, so that I don't contaminate the sushi roll. Everything I read online said you should use your fingers to make the sushi rolls, but because I did cut my finger earlier, I just don't think that's a good idea. All right, so my sushi is technically rolled now. I hope that it. All right, so. Look at it, like, oh, my first upside down roll. I have to come show you this up close. I think it's upside down. Look, oh my All right, I'm about to cut it first in half, then in thirds on each side. So, all right, that's what I'm doing. I cut it first in half, like this, using this. I don't think this is the actual correct knife to use. Oh, I'm supposed to dip it in water every time. So everything I read said you're supposed to dip it in water every time because it slices through everything more evenly. So let me dip it in water. So first in half, my knife looks like this. I did sharpen this one as well. And then both halves, you're supposed to cut them in thirds. So 3 pieces from each side. Again, dipped in water before every cut. It does help to dip it in water because it can get through the rice a little bit easier. Trying to be fancy with my small plate here, like at a sushi restaurant. And I will tell you, when I made these yesterday, I felt like I had been wasting so much money on sushi restaurants. Like I could totally do that at home and they'd be just as good, if not better, and I can choose the ingredients that I want for my rolls. All right, so I have my roll here. I am going to kind of pat down the ingredients before I show you guys, just so that everything looks uniform. Of course, I gotta make some kind of garnish. Oh my goodness, where would it be without a garnish? I was supposed to add these into my roll, the French fried onions, but because I forgot to add them in my roll, I'm going to top them with the French fried onions. So that this roll has a little bit of texture opposition. I did use Thai chili sauce, but I like a little bit of spice. So on the ones that I've topped with French fried onions, I'm going to just add a dab of chili garlic sauce. I mean, this is your sushi that you're making at home. Feel free to get crazy with it. Whatever flavors you usually like, don't be shy, just do it. So this is our finished product. My wasabi's a little messy, but this is what I came up with. And you guys, these taste amazing. I've already tried them. They taste amazing, and these are my sushi rolls. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first episode of Slimdown Saturday. I do want to cover the fact that sushi is not technically like a health food because it has so much rice, and because if you have soy sauce with it, or even a lot of the ingredients like the chili garlic sauce, maybe the Thai chili sauce I put in it, aren't necessarily low-fat options. This is actually a much healthier option than my Friday foods. So in that sense, it is healthier, my channel-wise. Yeah, and paired with the fresh juice that I made, which is really good. Yeah, I think these are 2 foods that you could eat, maybe like a small portion of sushi, and you're definitely like an entire juice. You should have like 1 juice a day or something that's really healthy. But these are relatively healthy options. I hope you enjoyed my first episode of Slimdown Saturday. Good luck to all you mamas out there trying to lose the remainder of your pregnancy weight. And if you like this video, please feel free to hit the like button. And if you want to see future videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.